All right, we are back. Welcome. And we're going to have to see how this goes. Hopefully, it goes okay. I've got the door closed and I forgot to hook up to my other Wi Fi channel. So we'll see how long this lasts. But welcome. Come on in. Please remember to like the video to make sure you are still subscribed. The dude. I assume you're still subscribed, the dude. Where is the floor to this coronavirus situation? I'm just getting. What's up, Kuro? How you doing? Um, just got a notification that the NCAA has canceled March Madness. That Major League Baseball has suspended spring training, and may actually move back opening day. What else was in here? The NBA actually suspended their season yesterday. If it feels like things are spinning a little out of control, it might be that things are spinning a little out of control. They're lightning rod. How you doing? Says there is no floor, silly human. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is a snowball rolling downhill, and I don't know where, you know, I don't know, if we're running into a tree or if we're reaching the bottom of the hill anytime soon, if we're picking up speed. It's hard to know, which direction is going, and nobody can actually see the floor. Nobody can actually see the bottom of the hill. I certainly can't. Poppy Davis, there is no floor. Credit bubble popped. Is that an actual factual happening? Let me know. Let me know. Give me some backup on that information on the credit bubble popping. I mean, certainly, yeah. Things are looking real bad. The Dow plunges 10% among coronavirus fears for its worst day since the 1987 market crash. Worst day since the 1987 market crash. Trump has suspended travel from Europe. I'm assuming, most people just assume that this means to Europe as well. It actually specifically states from Europe, but there's, seems to be a travel ban in place. Trump announced that a ban on travelers to the United States from Europe would be in place for the next 30 days in an attempt to stem the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. Yeah, so that's going on. The NBA suspended their season. Nobody knows when it's going to start again. All of these things, obviously point to more economic crises. Obviously points to, there's an oil war going right in the middle of a global pandemic. There is an oil war, or at least an oil price war. And the fact that, travel is down, people are being quarantined, whole countries are being shut down. This could definitely spell doom for the fossil fuel industry, which is good and bad. And to add on top of all of that, all those good times that are happening, we have the specter of global dimming lurking in the wings. Uh, as the economy collapses, as economic activity collapses, as emissions go down, as the floor goes out of the stock market, let me go through and say, hey, Kent Deal, boiled rope lampposts. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th, yes. Zoxalix, federal judge ordered Chelsea Manning released. Good. Good. Chelsea Manning is being held under false pretenses. She's basically just being held because they're trying to coerce her to lie about Julian Assange. George H., how you doing? Lightning Rod, hello from Thunder Bay. Natural Progressive, what's up? Daniel Grace, hello from the UK. Echoes of Not. Zoxalix, it's going all the way. Yeah, Isako Palma in Canada, no hockey. No hockey. They just suspended the game tonight. Canadians just went wild. Yeah. Valhalla, shit hits the fan. Card deck, nuclear war, asteroid, economic collapse. It looks like we drew pandemic. And the shit hits the fan poker game. China. Lightning Rod is asking about information on China taking over insolvent banks. I actually have not heard anything about that. I mean, the news is coming so fast, I can't even... it's hard to keep up with. As soon as there's something, jaw-dropping happening, 5 minutes later, oh, this happened too. I don't know. When I Google China insolvent banks, obviously Google's not helping in this situation. I get old news, so I don't know if Ecosia is going to help either. Sometimes they kind of all end up being the same. Sometimes. Here we go. Zero Hedge. Thanks, Zero Hedge. This is from 2019, so no thank you, Zero Hedge. Or no thank you, Ecosia. Let's see. Can I get any late breaking news? I don't know. I can't find any news right now, so I'm sorry I don't have anything for you. As soon as I see that, I will bring it to you. Ring-tailed fox. Everything's canceled in Detroit. Symphonies, NHL, NBA, NCAA. That's where it's going. Everything is gone. I actually went out to work yesterday, and I actually worked, and there was business. I'm kind of fearing, the moment when there is no business for me. Could be a silver lining to that cloud, though. Natural Progressive says, I'm interested to see about the dimming. Well, coming up next week, excuse me, in about a week from tomorrow, I'm going to do an interview with Kevin Hester. And we're going to talk about... Hi, Kevin Hester, how are you? As soon as I said your name, I saw your comment. We're going to have a little talk about global dimming. Kevin Hester, you have proof of loss of global dimming in Italy. I haven't seen anything such. So anyways, yeah, that'll be a very interesting interview for sure. Lightning Rod says the summer will be filled with lots of free time. Yeah, so Can't deal says proof you say. Okay. You have no audio? Who has no audio? Tory Perjers, I think that's on your end. Because I think everybody's hearing me. Check, check, check one. Valhalla, thanks for the super chat. Says, hope you guys are having more fun than me. Quarantine sucks. Are you on quarantine? Natural Progressive, of course. Or are you talking to Kevin Hester or me, Kevin? I don't know. Void says, I have neither proof nor pudding. Can't deal. Trudeau's in self-quarantine. Wow. Yeah, guys, it's just... so interestingly enough, over the last 5 years, there has been so much talk and so much speculation about, the derivative bubble bursting, the economy, the global economy going, down the tubes. So strikingly that, some say that, it'll be a move to enact a global currency or global cryptocurrency, or, countries themselves will just start, working on cryptocurrency. Physical money will disappear, etc. There's been so much speculation about what's going to happen in the next, great crash. And this, kind of has been going on for the last 5 years. The panic mill has just been like grinding away. And, in the 5 years of that, I've been kind of just like, there was a moment when I was super in tune to it and super panicked. And then I was like, well, I guess it's just going to come whenever it comes. And here it is, 2020. And here it is. Here is the global, depression or recession that everybody has been talking about. Here is the derivative bubble bursting that everybody has been talking about. Here is the oil markets collapsing that everybody has been talking about. Here it is. It's here. And don't know how deep this trench is going to go. Rich Diana says the system is shutting down. How long and how far remains to be seen. Exactly. I have Natural Progressive. Thank you for the super chat. I hope we get some free time. I hear you fine. But I'd love to come on with you, Natural Progressive, for sure. Let's pick a time. Tory Purchase says Bolsonaro's got it. Yeah, and this also coming in the middle of an election year. What this is going to do to the election, the election itself, or the prognosis for a Trump, a Biden, or even a Bernie election. Nobody even knows. Sexy Swag says depression is here. The electoral fortunes of all the people involved. This may just wipe out, any meaning around the election. I don't know. Will it take Trump out of office? Will it keep him in? Will he cancel the election and remain? Wow. It's funny because Graham Elwood was just saying, it was like a month ago, maybe 5 weeks ago. Graham Elwood was like, something's going to happen and they're going to shut down. They're going to call off the election. 5 weeks ago. I think it was not long ago. So is this the thing that forces the cancellation of a federal election, or at least a postponement, if you will? Mary Jane says the California governor has given Disney an exemption to health and safety regulations. Really? So is Disneyland still open? That seems bizarre to me. They've canceled the NBA, Major League Baseball, but Disneyland is totally fine. The governor thinks that because Disney is such a large employer with so much revenue, it's not worth it to shut them down. That is hilarious. And that actually supports my argument yesterday about the fact that the free market response to coronavirus is ridiculous, right? Because you cannot, you can't hurt the flow of capital. You can't hurt people's bottom line. You must keep the machine going. But it's it's an interesting call, because is Disney bigger than the NBA? Is Disney bigger than Major League Baseball or the NCAA March Madness? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, they're big, but Disneyland is closed, says Jay Ackert. Okay. I mean, I would think that would be I think that would be just a no-brainer. All right, sorry guys. Come on back. Sorry, getting a little break in the live stream, and I apologize. Anthropomorphic Facsimile says Disney spring break. Of course. All right, thank you for the super chat, Natural Progressive. Trump, Bolsonaro, and Trudeau have been exposed to the virus. So much happening so fast. Disney just announced closure. Sexy Swag says I canceled my Disney trip a month ago. Valhalla says they will go down to presidential succession and eventually somebody in cabinet will be prez or a military takeover of government. Where is the floor? That's what I want to know. Where's the floor? Zoxalix, I have a lot of tea. I got some tea too, Zox. Cindy Seeley says we're toast. Y'all stay loving. You got a year's worth of tea? I don't have a year's worth of tea. I need a year's worth of tea. Lightning Rod says, holy shit, dude, in the last 2 weeks, multi-trillions have been vaporized. I would like to know, so Poppy Davis, where'd you go? Oh, there you go. Poppy Davis, Disneyland closed, Disney World open. Huh. All right. I want to know whether the derivatives bubble is officially burst or not. If it's not, get ready for the pop. Zoxalix says Bernie 100% has to have it. Bernie comes in contact with thousands. I mean, I don't know. You can't, it's good to test for it or quarantine yourself if you feel like it, I mean, I come into contact with a lot of people in my job. Maybe I've come in contact with it. I don't know. Not thousands, though. Zoxalix says student loans pop. Car loans pop. I just paid off my car. But, if they want to go into debt jubilee, I'll be happy about that, I've got a bunch of credit cards I owe money on. If they want to just wipe that out, I'm good. Guyo Smith, you got your year's stash of toilet paper. Good on you. I mean, the toilet paper thing, as funny as it is, toilet paper is very valuable in a crisis. So, people know. That's the thing that people really want is toilet paper. Whatever. But however, there are things called bidets. There are other ways to deal with it. There's water and cloth. You don't need toilet paper. Damian Gonzalez says, I've been sick for over a week. Haven't stopped going to dinners, events. No insurance, so no idea what I have. All right, Damian, you're living on the edge there, brother. I hope you don't got something real bad and you're not infecting people. Philip Stone, good to be retired now. Fiesta Cranberry, hello. Echoes of Not might have a debt jubilee by default, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. If everybody's debt defaults, like, why you got to still pay on your credit card? Banks default, derivatives default, mortgages default, just let it go. Let it go. What are they going to do? Come after you? Everybody's defaulting. So, Void says feast on garlic, good excuse to stank. I like me some garlic stank. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let it go, Val. That's what I'm talking about. Just let it go. Yeah. Until further notice, though, I'm going to continue paying my minimums. But, if that debt jubilee would go ahead and get here sooner than later, I'd be fine. Lightning Rod just stopped paying. I mean, if you really want to like tip the Apple Card over, just stop paying all your credit card bills, stop paying your mortgage. The banks will just be like, boo, bam. Ecocentric Homestead, my debts have defaulted. I have nothing they can take to get their money back. Well, there you go. And then there's that. I'm not suggesting, I personally am not suggesting that anybody default on their debt, okay? Just to get that out of the way. And I'm not suggesting that I'm going to default on my debt. Just getting that out of the way. The dude says I quit paying a year ago. Can't deal minimums only at this point. Indeed. Minimums, man, until the end of time. Ringtail Fox says I have no debts, assets, or income. I wonder if I'd even benefit from debt jubilee. Well, you're free. So, yeah, debt jubilee probably wouldn't mean much to you. You just keep on walking. Sexy Swag says they may have debtor's prison. Possibly. But if everybody's in debt, how many people can you put in prison? You know what I'm saying? It's just called a default. You just default. Debt strike for climate now. I mean, we may have it all. We may get it all this year. We may get, the derivative bubble burst. All the debt, student debts defaulting, everybody defaulting. We may get our debt strike for climate change. Karen Daly, hello. Philip Stone says, suddenly out of nowhere, 2 collectors tried to collect on something from years ago. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is they're trying to get their money because, nobody's got any money. Everybody's going down. And they're going to try and get what they can from where they can. Bankruptcy waterfall may be a big feature of this crash. Says Kent Deal. All right. Anthropomorphic facsimile. At least my lettuce, chard, and spinach reseeded and has already come up. Beauty. I still have to plant anything because we're getting just weird weather all the time. It's now raining all week long, so I guess it's a good time to plant. It's not a hard rain. It's not a flood rain. Peter Parkin, Great Depression 2, virus, famine, revelations are lowball. Oh, Guyo Smith. All we're missing is nuclear war. Indeed. Let's let's try and avoid that one. I think I can deal with all the other ones, but the nuclear war. No, no, thank you. Yeah, Anthropocene Gardener. I heard that last night. Somebody spread the hold your breath for 10 seconds myth. Yeah, there's this thing going around that if you can't hold your breath for 10 seconds, you have coronavirus. Somebody said that last night. I was like, what? That doesn't even sound, that sounds goofy. And then I suddenly got a shortness of breath right after they said that. Because, placebo effect and all that. Alaric Harrison. Used to be you could dismiss all student loans and credit cards with no payment, but you got a mark against your credit for a couple years. Then Joe Biden, helped pass a bill to change it where you couldn't. That's right. We can blame it on Joe Biden. Is it Ian? Kirkwood says, Kevin, a debt jubilee would be nice in any way it happened. However, I think we are truly at the end of empire civilization and the start of a new dark ages. Possibly. Nuclear plants melt down when they lose too many experts to the virus, says Peter Parkin, indeed. Yeah, guys. Just hold on. The sled is going down the hill. And, enjoy the ride while you can. For as long as you can. Peter Parkin says India has stopped exporting antibiotics. Many will die from secondary infections, bacterial pneumonia, sepsis, and routine infections in the months ahead. Tori Percher says, I tried it and lasted for 20 seconds. Well, there you go. You don't have coronavirus. You're good. You're cured. Smoke them while you got them. Yep. All right, guys, I got to take off. Thank you so much for jumping on the chat with me today. I'll see you again tomorrow, and we'll see what other kind of craziness is transpiring in these here, dare say end times. But thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Enjoy your afternoon, and I will see you on the flip.